Hello. How's all my friends? Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day so far. We wanted to jump on live. We've been doing this series of conversations with top leaders, talking about different topics. Some of my good friends in the network marketing space that know what they're doing. They know how to build, they know how to grow, they know how to expand their organizations. And today, we're going to talk about what really works to help you compound the growth in your organization in your business. But and I'm going to bring up a very special friend in just a moment. Before I do, I want to let you know and throw into the chat. Let me know if you are registered for the GoPro experience on December 5th, 6th, and 7th. Put a 7 in the chat if you're already in, if you've already registered, if you've already booked your ticket for that event, December 5th, 6th, and 7th. 3 days delivered virtually online, so everybody in the world will be able to have access to this. English, Spanish, French, German, Italian, Polish. That's translated live. 3 days. Day one on sales and recruiting. Day 2 on duplication. Day 3 on leadership. The best people in the world are going to be sharing their secrets and ideas. This is the World Cup. This is the Super Bowl. This is the World Series. This is the championship game of the network marketing experience. And I will tell you, it's going to be the biggest event in network marketing history. There's going to be more than 100,000 people attending this event live around the world. You need to be a part of it, okay? It's generic. It's available to every organization. You can, if you put a 3 into the chat, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, that will automatically send you the link. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll have to go to GoPro2025.com, okay? So put a 3 in the chat if you want to. Oh, I forgot to tell you. If you would like to get a ticket, normally the tickets are $300, worth every penny, okay? 3 days of the best content in the world, 8 hours a day, 24 hours of training content, the best in the world, for $300. I think you'd agree that that's a worthwhile conversation. But for a limited time, you can get a ticket for $3. Everybody in your team can get a ticket for $3, $1 a day. So I eliminated every excuse that you have. So go to GoPro2025.com or GoPro2025.com or put the number 3 into the chat if you're on Instagram or Facebook, and we will send you the link. GoPro2025.com or put the number 3. Save that link, GoPro2025.com. So you can share that with everybody in your team. Whoever gets the most people to attend this thing is going to win. So insist that your team is part of this special training. We've got Daniel G is going to be there. We've got Sandro Cazzato is going to be there, one of the top earners in the world. Leah Lockett is confirmed, and you're going to hear more people who are confirmed for this training event over the course of 3 days in the coming weeks and over the course of the next a little less than 60 days. So how do you pay for the ticket? You just go to GoPro2025.com and click on the button and pay $3. But I cannot promise you that that price is going to remain much longer. So it's normally $300. Like I said, worth every penny. It's what we've done for the last 16 years. Is $300 for an online streaming ticket. We got 6 different languages, limited time, $3. So do not sleep on this. Put a 3 in the chat or go to GoPro2025.com to lock in your seat now. December 5, 6, and 7, biggest event in the world. I want to bring up my friend Tina Joy Carroll. Tina.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
It's good to see you. It's been like a week.
I know, just a few days.
Yeah, like last Saturday, right?
Yep.
So Tina had her company convention here in Las Vegas. I came over to her dinner and had a few words for some of her top leaders. But Tina is is we've known each other since what, 2018?
2016 is when I first attended GoPro.
Okay, but did we meet? When did we meet?
We actually met in person in 2019 when I got the super VIP ticket and got to come to your house.
Came over to the house,
Yeah.
did all this stuff. So Tina's a good friend, and she's built a very successful organization. Been a strong leader, and she wants to talk today about what does it take to really get compounded results. What has separated her and what will separate you from average people in your company? Okay. So Tina, why don't you share with people what you've learned in your network marketing journey of what makes the difference?
Absolutely. So the first thing I'll say is the very first book that I purchased when I got into this industry was GoPro. And I mastered the 7 skills. And I didn't just read the book one time and put it on my bookshelf. If you were to see my book, it is highlighted, it is underlined. There are notes in it. Pages are turned down. I have gone back to this book over and over and over again in my decade in this industry, because what's in that book is exactly what worked years ago and exactly what works today. It doesn't matter if you're building in person or if you're building online, the principles remain the same. And so that was step one, was I just understood that everyone that I seen having success did not possess anything that I couldn't learn. It's not like they had something magical about them. They just started to understand and learn the skills. And then we'll get into my topic, which was being consistent doing those skills. The next thing I understood very early on was a few concepts that they're not this big idea, but I don't think most people grasp it, is that most people quit at everything in life. Like they quit on their diet, they quit on their relationships, they quit on their business. They have these big, big dreams when they start. And then when the rubber meets the road and the work is required, they just give up. And so it dawned on me very early, I didn't have to be the most talented person in the room. I just had to be the most consistent person in the room, and I could have success. And then I'll add this, and I'm not even saying this because we are promoting GoPro. I'm saying this because it's the truth. In 2016, to paint you a picture, I had gotten in the industry in February of 2016. I was spending more money monthly on my products than I was earning. I was not good at this in the beginning. I was painfully bad at it. To paint you a picture, I was 115 pounds heavier. I was in the health and wellness space. Like, who was going to take me serious? I didn't know what I was doing. I was terrible at social media at the time, but I understood if I got in the room with people who already possessed the skills that I needed to learn, who had already done the hard work that I needed to do, I could take like a fast pass. I could grow faster if I got in those rooms. So while it didn't make any sense at all for me to spend $300 for myself and $300 for my husband, plus the expense to go to Vegas to be at GoPro in person, it actually made all the sense in the world, because I was literally paying for a fast pass to success, to be surrounded by the people who were doing what it is that I had set out to do. And so I did that in 2016. I paid that $300 you were just talking about to everyone watching. And I can't even believe you're offering it for $3. I feel like it's truly insane. Now, I do know you, and I know on a personal level, you just want to serve people at a higher level. You want more people to have access to the things than they've ever had before, so that we can make this great profession even greater. And that's why you're doing it. But if you've not already, like if you're even questioning whether or not you should spend $3, well, that's crazy. Of course you should spend the $3, and you should be there in those rooms on the 5th, 6th, and 7th of December. Like, it's on my calendar every year. GoPro. It's a non-negotiable for me. I'm going to attend GoPro. And listen, I've been doing this for a decade now, and I don't miss them. You may be thinking to yourself, oh, I went last year. Or, I mean, we just got back from our company convention. I mean, I've learned a lot. I've got a lot I got to, do just from the things I've already learned. Listen, guys, you never, ever know. You never know what is going to be the turning point for you, what thing you're going to hear that's going to shift everything for you. That tiny little nugget that you may have heard before, but you hear it from somebody else. You hear it in a new way that causes you to take action in a way that you've never taken action before. And that's what happened to me in March of 2017. I'd gone to GoPro in 2016, still making no money. I would love to tell you I left there and I made $1 million. That didn't happen. Okay. Then I went to the most powerful women in network marketing in March of that next year. And that was the shift for me, you guys. That is where I went from somebody who was spending more than she was making. And the next month I made $4,000, and it changed everything for me. It felt like $4 million. So I say all that to say, get your ticket. Don't be crazy, and get your
Yeah,
team
yeah, yeah.
to get the ticket. Like, you
Yeah.
should be promoting this. One of the things that I've learned from Eric is one of the highest paid skills that you can possess is become an event promoter. This is an
Yeah.
event. This is an event you want your team at, and you want to be promoting it. You want to be recruiting people to this event the same way you recruited them into your business.
Right. And for those of you who want to get more information, again, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, just put a 3 into the chat, and it'll automatically send you the link, or go to GoPro2025.com, GoPro2025.com, and that will take you to the link where you can get registered. Okay. So push that to your teams. It's not, you'll get registered, of course, but go one by one to your teams and get other people to register as well. And again, put a 7 in the chat if you already have your ticket, you're already going to be attending, and put a 3 in the chat if you'd like to get the link, and you'd like to join us for those 3 days, as many of those 3 days as you can attend. If I'm you, block it all out, attend all of it. Okay, 8 hours a day, 3 straight days. We got 6 different languages that we're going to deliver this in, but really make it a priority for your organization. Now, when you talked about consistency, Tina, we'll pivot and talk about this, because I didn't have a lot of skills either when I started, and I didn't have a lot of confidence, but an interesting thing happened to me at an event from a top leader. Is he told me that the next time the big event would happen, half the room wouldn't come back. They'd be replaced by other people. And I was like, but the people who came back twice are going to be making more money. And then half that group wouldn't come back the next time. Half that group wouldn't come back the next time. And they keep going more and more and more. So, and the people who came back second time, third time, fourth time were making a multiple of everybody else in the room. So here's how that clicked in my brain. I don't have the same skills as some of these people. I don't have the same influence. I don't have the same experience. I don't have the same charisma, but I can outlast them.
Yep.
And it was kind of, and this will sound really weird, but I got excited when somebody quit. Isn't that weird?
I totally get it.
But here's why. Do you understand why?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I didn't.
Yep.
I outlasted another one. And the song that I would play in my head is Another One Bites the Dust.
I do the same thing.
Literally, another one gone and another one gone.
Yep.
Another one bites the dust. So I outlasted another one. Ha! So people who would, who were arrogant or would dismiss me, I would just I'm going to outlast you. Mm-hmm. Especially if they're older than me. Hey, listen, I'm the future. You're about done in my mind. Because I'm gonna do better. So talk about consistency, outlasting people, and how people can use this in order to be able to kind of grind your way to the top. Because back then you were making no money. Mm-mm. Then you started making some money. Mm-hmm. And give me an idea what 2025 is going to look like in terms of income for you.
Oh yeah, we'll run right at $1 million this year, and I mean,
so hold on, don't just gloss over that. Right at $1 million in network marketing earnings. How many employees do you have?
Well, I do have one assistant. One assistant.
I do have one assistant. Yeah. All right, and how many offices do you have? Like that you have to rent space? None. You do this out of your house. Mm-hmm. So a typical small business owner might have 10% of their revenue is profit
Mm-hmm.
after all their expenses,
Yep.
right? 10% at the end of the year, that's profit. So you got to be what? 70, 80?
Oh yeah. I mean, I do invest, just to be fair, because
I'm not talking about investments.
okay. Well, I mean, in you, like in
I see what you mean, investing in the team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're investing back into the team. But when you take all the travel, all the product costs, all the every expense, what percentage of your total income over the course of the year, mastermind that you're a part of. You're
Mhm.
part of a big mastermind group for top leaders.
Mhm.
So you pay for that. All event tickets, everything. What percentage of your income are you able to take off the top that has to go back into growing your business? Approximately.
15-20%.
So 15-20%. That means 800,000. 80% to 85% of basically adjusted gross profit. That's your taxable income. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's how many people watching this would love to have that type of profit margin in any business that they've ever had. 80 to 85%. Put a 80 into the chat if you would be you would like to have that type of margin. So people do not understand.
No, they don't.
They don't understand the value
Mm-mm.
of the quality of income in network marketing versus a traditional business. They just don't understand it. So this is possible. This is actually real. I'm not saying that you're going to have it. It's going to be based upon your results, your resolve, your commitment, your skills, your everything. But look at all the 80s, right? Everybody wants that. So talk to people about how they can get it for themselves.
Absolutely. So first, I just decided that I was going to do it until it worked. So many people come into this industry. Well, I'll try it out for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. And you put a time stamp on how long you're going to give something to work. And I just didn't. What was my other option? How else was I going to create this life that I wanted? There was no other option. And so I was going to do it until it worked. That took a ton of pressure off me right from the get-go. There was no quit in me. I didn't have an end date. I was going to do it until it worked. I also did a lot of self-inventory. There's a lot of things people do that they consider working that aren't working, right? You could post forever on social media, and sure, at some point it could attract people to you, and they could reach out to you and they could want to buy a product or join your opportunity. But you've got to get relentless in your pursuit of other people and talking to them and make sure you're the first person and the last person that they hear from. Most people will send out the initial message, but then they don't follow up. I'm a great example of that. When I was first prospected into network marketing, I was a hard no. I was like, not only am I not doing it, I'm embarrassed that you're doing it. Get a real job. Like, that's how I genuinely felt, because I didn't know what I didn't know. But then something magical happened. I watched these women over a series of 18 months who were hanging out with their children and their grandchildren during the day and making this extraordinary living while I was going to work every day with 2 weeks of vacation. Suddenly, I seemed like the crazy person. Most people would have never followed up with me for 18 months to try to get me to continue to take a look. Most of you quit before someone's ready. Thank goodness my friend Jolie didn't do that. She kept following up with me like, I really think you'll be good at this. I'm like, I won't. I don't even want to talk about it. And then suddenly I did. So who are the Tina Joy Carrolls in your life that have either told you no and you're not continuing to follow up with them, or you're just flat out not messaging them? So the first thing I understood was I had to talk to people, and I had to do it messy, guys. It was uncomfortable. How many of you remember the great late Jessie Lee Ward? At one point in time, she was my upline, and she told us I was in this challenge to win this competition, and I love to win competitions. Okay. And so the goal was I had to send this particular message to people, and I was like, it doesn't sound like me. I don't talk like that. And I was in the truck with my husband. He was like, the woman sending the message is making $200,000 a month. Send the stupid message. And it just sparked something in my brain. I'm like, you're right. It doesn't sound like me yet. Now it sounds just like me. Why? Because
Mm.
it's who I became in the process of just sending the messages, right? Why would I discount what someone who is already where I wanted to be was doing and was working? And so, first thing, you got to start talking to people, real humans. Eric says it all the time. All business is conversation. If you don't have conversations going, you don't have a business. The other thing is, I didn't have a warm market, you guys. I literally have a really yucky past. People were just praying that I was getting my life together. They weren't interested in signing up in a business with me. And so I had to build from scratch on social media with a cold market. And so, how did I do that? I was consistent. Back in the day, it was live video. I was a part of a live video challenge. I was terrible. It was awful. The angles were wrong. The lighting was bad. I stumbled over my words. I didn't sound very put together. I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. But what I could do was I could read self-development books and I could teach what I learned. And that's all I did. And I did that for 187 days straight. In the beginning,
Mm.
it was my husband that would get on, and we'd learn this little hack in the algorithm. If he commented 100 times, it would boost it. Maybe I'd get 3 or 4 viewers instead of just him, right? But I just was committed to the actions that produce results, and I didn't necessarily look at the result I was getting right away. I knew if I did it for long enough, people would start to pay attention. And that's what happened. And so in 2017, I ended up making around $60,000 that year, which was a full-time income. Holy cow, I figured this thing out. We're well on our way. And then in 2018, it went to 6 figures. Then all of a sudden, live videos aren't the hottest, latest, greatest thing. Reels come along. How many of you are like, oh my God, I can't dance, I can't sing. How am I going to do these reels? Well, I had to recommit again. And so in October of 2023, I was like a lot of you. I wasn't getting into the reels game. I wasn't being consistent with them, but I was also stuck in my business, stuck in my influence, and nothing was growing anywhere, right? And so I committed. And so from October of 2023, when I decided to go all in on reels, never miss a day, and I've never missed a day ever, no matter what's going on in my life, I grew my Instagram following from 5,000 to almost 50,000 humans who were interested in me, in what I offer, and what I do. And it changed my business, and it took it again. And so inevitably something new will come out, something fresh will come out. I'll have to get uncomfortable again and do the new thing that comes. But the one thing I've been consistent at since the day I started is my daily non-negotiables. What do I mean by that? And I'm talking about your worst day, when your kids are being crazy and acting like little jackwagons, and when you and your husband are fighting, when you're sick, whatever's going on. What are you going to do on those days? Because it's those days that make the real difference in your business. When you do things on the days you don't feel like it, right? And so what was that going to be for me? I decided long ago, no matter what was going on in my life, I was going to post on social media every day. I was going to send at least one new message every single day. And I was going to follow up with one person every single day. I'm just talking about my worst day. Okay. Then on my good days, or when I'm in a blitz, like right now I'm in a blitz, we're in a huge blitz to run, I'm sending so many more than that. But you've got to have your daily non-negotiables no matter what's going on that you do. And here's what happens. If you set that goal too big, you'll let yourself down and you'll quit. You'll quit. You'll let yourself down and you'll think that you're not worthy, you're not capable. If you make the bar just so simple that you can achieve it, you'll feel so good about yourself. It'll build your confidence in yourself. Then when you go to send 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 messages in a day because you're in a blitz and you're trying to accomplish something huge, it literally feels like nothing. And then here's something else that'll happen. As you start to send the messages, you start to get more comfortable sending the messages. You start to get more postured in sending the messages. You start to get more postured in creating the content. I was actually just doing a training with a team in my organization this morning, and I said, listen, I am so postured in my messages today, you feel like you're crazy for not joining me. Because I know what I have my hands on when it's done for my life. That's who you become in the process of being consistent over an extended period of time. Who cares that it took me 10 years to get here? I would still be working at Lowe's Home Improvement otherwise, wearing a red vest asking you how I can help you with your home project. No, thank you. I mean, we still shop at Lowe's, but I don't want to work at Lowe's anymore, right? I want to be able to have my freedom. Like this morning, such a great example, guys. I need you to grasp this. My daughter calls me last night, Mama, I've got to go to an emergency dental appointment. Can you watch the kids? I can say yes. I don't have to ask off work. I don't have to ask anybody for permission. Bring your babies to me and I will watch them while you take care of something you need to take care of. That, my friends, is what I was after in network marketing. The money is just a bonus. I was after the freedom that it was going to give me and the time with my family and my friends. And some of you are making it about you and how you feel, and you're allowing your ego to get in the way. Some of you, if I were to ask you, do you care about other people? How many of you, comment below, put a 10 in the chat if you care about other people. Then let me ask you a question. Why are you making it about you and how you feel and what you think people are going to think of you if you send the message? I'm so grateful to this day that my friend Jolie did not care that I told her no for 18 months. I am so indebted to this woman for never giving up on me and for staying in my inbox and staying consistent and messaging me, because that changed not just my life, but the tens of thousands of lives that would follow me. It changed my children's life, my grandchildren's life. And so many of you that are watching today, it changed your life because you now are part of this entire realm because of her following up with me. Stop making it about you and make it about the next person that you can help. And when you do that, I know you've heard this quote, you help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you want. But somehow we forget about the helping other people get what they want, and we make it about how we feel about sending the message or creating the content. And listen, I know you're going to feel super cringy. I did too. I hate the way my voice sounded. I was 115 pounds heavier. I was embarrassed with how I looked. There were so many things that could have kept me from doing those things. But instead, I just embraced who I was. I embraced where I was in the journey, and I just did not stop. And I'm unstoppable. I'm quite literally unstoppable in my pursuit of excellence in this industry to help as many other people as I possibly can do exactly what I've been able to do. And guys, this is something else I want to add. Eric offers all different types of things. Okay. I'll never forget sitting in that room at GoPro, and they handed out a piece of paper for a particular mastermind that was going to be $5,000. And I was like, one day, it's going on the dream board in one day. And then I was able to do that one. I was able to buy a VIP ticket that got me access to his house so I could meet him in person, so he'd know my name and who I was. Right. Then that led to a few years later to me being a part of a mastermind. Right? That's going to stretch some of you. It stretched the heck out of me. It stretched the heck out of me to spend that money. But spending that money multiplied 10x because I got in rooms with people who were where I wanted to be. It changes everything.
Yes, and well said. And what I'd ask everybody to do while you're listening to this, put into the chat, what is something that you could do that is a small goal, but you can make it part of your daily non-negotiables? Is it using your product? Is it posting on social? Is it having a conversation with somebody? Is it following up? Is it promoting an event? What is it? Is it exercise? Is it personal development? What's your non-negotiables? What are your sacred things that become part of your daily method of operation as a baseline? Like you said, you can rise above it in different seasons in your business, but never fall below it.
That's right.
So I love what you talk about of making it simple. So people are starting to post, going live, reaching out to more people on your chicken list, more conversations, those types of things. But staying in the game, outlasting the next person, right? There's this movie out right now, and it's a Stephen King. It's based upon a book that he wrote called The Long Walk. And it was the first book I read because reading books was always like a punishment for me. In school, having to read a book. But this book called The Long Walk kind of captured my imagination. Here's the setup, okay? Here's the setup. It's set in a dystopian future, and they take two kids, 18 years old, from every state in the United States, and they agree to this competition. They start walking. They have to walk 3 miles an hour. If they fall below 3 miles an hour, they get a warning. It takes an hour to walk off a warning. And once they get 3 warnings, if they fall below 3 miles an hour again, for any reason, they shoot and kill them. And they go till there's one person left, and that person gets whatever they want for the rest of their life. So I'm not, for me mentally, I just have to outlast this person. I'm going to stay here longer than that person. I'm going to play the game of network marketing, But playing the game of network marketing for me is not only not quitting, it's not quitting and getting better every day.
That's
A
right.
little bit. Learning every day, a little bit. So, yes, don't quit because that takes you out of the game. But yes, outlast the next person. Yes, get a little bit better every day. A tiny little bit. Doesn't need to be much.
Mm-mm.
Because it compounds. I mean, think about where you were in 2016 and where you are today, 9 years later. Going from being broke to $1 million a year income. No skills to massive skills. No presence, no audience to a huge audience. You know, your own team dinner was how many people
500.
last week? 500 people just for your team at your company convention. So that's a process, and some of you need to have the patience to be able to get there.
Yeah.
The patience to be able to go through. Some of you know what to do, but you can't get yourself to do what you know, and maybe you're reaching a little too high on a daily basis, and you're getting discouraged. Sometimes just reduce it down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just what's one thing that you can do for real every single day and never miss? Oh, okay. Let's start with that. And then you find the one can lead to the next, lead to the next, lead to the next. So Tina Carroll's going to be at GoPro on December 5th, 6th, and 7th with her team. They're all going to be plugging in, watching from all over the world, tons and tons and tons of people. I'm going to be there as well. And if those of you know about the book GoPro, I published that book 12 years ago. And I've been working on a project for the last 12 years that I'm going to be pre-releasing at GoPro. It's a new book to be able to help people grow their business. And I'm going to let people who show up as just a show-up bonus, the ability to get a copy of that new book for free. Pay for shipping. I'll send it anywhere in the world. So I can't tell you the title of the book yet, but it's coming up and it's going to be amazing. So put a 3 in the chat. Put a 7 in the chat if you've already registered. Put a 3 in the chat if you'd like to get the link to purchase your ticket. Instead of $300, you can get it for $3. $3, $1 a day. And if you don't, for whatever reason, if that's not working, go to GoPro2025.com. GoPro2025.com. Last thing I will tell you is don't come alone.
No.
Bring a friend, encourage somebody else, push your team, insist that every single person go one by one through your organization until everybody gets a ticket. Get them to buy a ticket for $3, get them to show up. Give me 3 days with them.
Yep.
And some of the smartest people in network marketing to teach them exactly how to go back with your company and have a radical breakthrough. Okay? What happened for Tina happened to me. It can happen to you.
Yep.
But you got to be in the room. You
Yep.
got to take the step. Okay? GoPro2025.com. Tina, thank you for sharing today. I really appreciate you. We're going to play a little promo video, quick promo video that's like 90 seconds long. At the end of this, get your link, get yourself registered. We will see you at GoPro. Everybody have an amazing day. Tina, talk to you soon.
See you soon, friend.
Network marketing is rapidly changing. The question is, are you going to reinvent yourself, your business, your team, your future? Are you going to get left behind? Technology has changed everything. Consumer behavior has shifted. According to the Business Research Companies Direct Selling Global Market Report, published in January of 2025, the global network marketing size will grow from $194 billion in 2024 to over $206 billion in 2025, and is projected to grow to $264 billion in 2029. The only question is, will you capture that growth? December 5th, 6th, and 7th. This isn't about motivation. This is about reinvention, how to recruit, duplicate, and lead in today's new world. You'll learn how to use digital tools the right way, how to communicate with total authenticity, and how to fix the biggest problem in network marketing, retention. For this event, because it's such an important time, is just $3. That's right, $3, $1 per day for 3 days of virtual life-changing training. And for everyone who shows up live as a show-up bonus, you're going to receive a free VIP advanced review edition of my brand new book. Just pay shipping and handling. The investment is tiny compared to the potential return. So you got a choice. You can keep doing what you've been doing and hope things magically turn around, or you can join me and get the tools and strategies you need to help you reinvent your business and your future. December 5th through the 7th could be the turning point in your career. Let's shape the future of your business and your team while making network marketing history together. Lock in your seat, and I'll see you at the GoPro experience.